Never been much of a go-out party crowd drinker, or of a sit alone on the creek bank sunset thinker. A little more love than a lever, a little more fine than the real thing, or just stay same. I'm a little more lyric than I am a rhythm, a little more tree stand prayer than back pew pretending, a little less grudge and a lot more forgiving, a little less talk and a lot more listening. Maybe I'm just old-fashioned, maybe I'm cut from a different cloth, maybe I'm just an old has-been who got it all wrong. Maybe the whole damn world's just waiting for me and my kind of kid along. Throw us 6 feet deep, once and for all. Finally be shut of this dying breed. Never been much of a sit around handout ticker, or of a bust my ass for a ring and a dream on a cup of liquor. Or there's a little more dirt than pavement, holding her hand growing old on the front porch swing. I don't think there's a damn thing wrong with that. Maybe I'm just old-fashioned, maybe I'm cut from a different cloth, maybe I'm just an old has-been who got it all wrong. Maybe the whole damn world's just waiting for me and my kind of kid along. Throw us 6 feet deep, once and for all. And be shut of this dying breed. Shut of this dying breed. Maybe I'm just old-fashioned, maybe I'm cut from a different cloth, maybe I'm just an old has-been who got it all wrong. Maybe the whole damn world's just waiting for me and my kind of kill off. Throw us 6 feet deep, once and for all. Finally please shut of this dying breed. Shut of this dying breed. I'm a little more lyric than I am a rhythm, a little more tree stand prayer than back pew pretending.
All right, folks. Good evening, everybody. Not sure what happened to Vanguard. I'm sure he'll be back momentarily.
Always interesting.
So let's give him a minute to get back. There he is. Dude, I'm telling you.
You hit the eject button.
Apparently.
You need to go outside and see you got any fucking black helicopters flying around.
And shit. Lucky I got all this set up for its own CPU server. Yeesh. First thing hit my mind was, damn, YouTube got us already.
Yeah, we hadn't got started.
Anyway, yeah, that song there, y'all, that's Dying Breed by Heath Sanders. Y'all check him out. He's up and coming artist. Good guy. He's got some songs that will never make it to CMT, just saying.
Is that really a bad thing?
No. Not at all.
So,
Anyway, Dying Breed. That's what we are. A little bit different. Simple lives are over with.
yep.
It used to be a common dream just to have a family and raise kids on your own property. Now it's cause turmoil, spread hate, and discontent.
Lie, cheat, and steal, rape and pillage.
That's right. Y'all seen that video link I posted right on how to have illegal guns?
No, I did not.
You didn't see that?
No, I've been making multiple trips to Home Depot today.
Fun times.
What did I miss?
Well,
Or is this not the best discussed later?
oh no. It's actually like a cameo, like a meme.
Okay.
Let's see if I can find it.
Let's see here.
Yeah, I posted it national, I think.
Yeah, I'm scrolling up trying to find it. Is that for Brownells, the thing you posted to YouTube?
No, it was yesterday, I believe it was.
Okay. Yeah, I don't see it. Was it today you did it?
No, yesterday, 8:04 p.m. Let me see.
Okay.
I'm gonna find it and share it with everybody here. So,
All right, do that because I don't see it. What's up, Ozzy? All right. Well, I guess everybody's caught up on good old McCarthy, you know, our rhino speaker. He's exactly what everybody was worried he was going to be when they were trying to make him speaker and everybody kept voting against it. He's worthless.
So, what did he do or not do?
Well, right now, I think Getz, if I'm not mistaken, is going to yank his ass out because he's trying to. I guess he's trying to play ball with the left, and it's all about they don't want to do the. Okay.
it's funny, man.
Nice.
Let me see if it'll play.
How to avoid harassment from the ATF. Step 1. Be an actual criminal. By being an actual violent criminal living in the inner city, you can avoid all of the ATF's overreach and own as many illegal weapons as you want. Then you can own things like SBRs, Glocks with switches without having to do any of that bullshit paperwork and have the wait time. And you can have all this without fear of harassment of the FBI, DOJ, or ATF just by becoming a violent criminal today. How to avoid harassment.
Nice.
Now here's the thing: we'll get fucking flagged.
What?
I'm saying I can see the brown shirts flagging us for showing another video because that's how they are.
Well, it was less than 25 seconds. But now there's a YouTube clause that if it is posted on YouTube, it can be used. Live Freedom, remind us of that situation there. I know he keeps up with that stuff. So yeah, once it's on the internet, it can be used by anybody.
Okay. Well, going back to this jackass.
I don't know when or why YouTube changed it. They probably had a bunch of lawsuits.
Well, they probably want to be able to use anything that's out there on their platform
There
to.
it is.
Okay. There we go.
Let me start posting that at the beginning of our shows. Anyway, what's up, live? Everybody out there in the chat, Ozzy, Highlander. I think I've seen who else did I see? Bless Mama D. Good to see you. Hillbilly was in here early. Like he was waiting on us. Anyway, let's talk about y'all's house leader. McCarthy.
Bitch. That's all he is. I mean,
the title's gonna get us flagged. Fuck it.
well, basically what it is last week, he dared the hardliners to follow through on threats to oust him because they said, look, if you're not going to do what you're supposed to do as the Speaker of the House, then we'll pull you from the Speaker position and put somebody in there that's got some balls. Right now, it looks like the whole deal that's going on is about shutting down the government because, they don't believe in passing a fucking budget. Just kick the can down the road and hope that the grandkids can pay for it. They're saying they're trying to vote. They're trying to force a no confidence vote in his leadership. That's what I'm reading right now. I'm hoping to post. Now, I'm not saying it's the most reliable, but it's the same old thing. Oh yeah, Ozzy's got a good one too. I forgot about Chirac wanting to make government-owned grocery stores. That's gonna be some fun shit right there. I mean, it brings back the old song, company store. I wonder. You gotta wonder. Okay, and Chirac for one. Think of the level of customer service you'll have when you walk in that bitch.
Oh, it'd be just like the DMV.
Oh, dude, it'll be better than DMV. There'll be like drug deals, gunfire.
So a regular day in Chicago.
Well, yes. It'd be like Cabrini Green. It'd be like going to a swap meet at Cabrini Green, for those of you who know what Cabrini Green is. And for those of you who are not familiar with Chirac and Cabrini Green no longer exists. It was a housing project that was so fucking bad that the police wouldn't even go in the motherfucker. There's a bunch of high rises with Thugzilla running it, and Chicago PD wouldn't even touch it.
Is that the one that they tore down or burnt down or?
Yes, they tore it down.
Yeah.
Liberal tier groceries. I like that. Their saying can be, take what you want, pay what you want.
Nice. All the government cheese you can stuff in your drawers.
Rest assured, everything they fucking sell is going to be high in sodium and lots of bullshit.
All right.
And probably made in China.
Chinese cheese. Government peanut butter. Nice.
I mean, I forgot about the Chirac grocery store. That's some good times. I mean, I just amazes me. I know we kind of got off the subject of McCarthy and his bitch ass, but I mean, it's nothing we didn't already know or suspect. Did anybody see where they changed the dress code?
Yes.
Is that not fucking hilarious? Because Shrek doesn't want to wear a suit?
Can't. I mean, the dude, shit, he can't. He's like your president. He can't complete a sentence.
Well, I mean, that seems to be what they're shooting for in the Democratic Party. They seem to enjoy that.
I mean, he probably fucking struggles putting on a damn pullover shirt and fucking pajama pants.
All right.
Well,
Hoodie.
fucking
Potato.
You know,
these are the people that's on the main stage representing our country. Y'all just keep that in mind.
well, I'm going to say something. I may go to hell for this, but this image just came to mind when
I'll
Saxon
wait for you.
just did. How many of you remember the movie Men in Black?
Yeah.
Okay. Remember the dude that got possessed by or his skin got wrapped over the alien and it was him? Remember how motherfucker would talk?
Yep.
When you said that, it made me think of that,
Oh yeah, you're gonna
that
have
politician.
nothing. Pretty soon you're just gonna have a whole bunch of Fetterman's and Greta's up there, and it's just going to be a fest.
Just, it blows my mind, And again, God forgive me for making that reference, but he's trash. They wouldn't hesitate to make a reference like that to one of us. So, just sharing the love. I saw another video the other day. I don't know if one of our folks posted it. It may have been Mama D that posted it. But it was about a bunch of environmental folks were in the middle of a fucking road, speed bumps. And everybody was stopped. And this guy's pleading with him. He's grabbing like their fucking banners or signs or menus they colored at Chili's. I don't know. And he's balling them up, throwing them. He's saying, look, just give me one lane. I'm on parole. I'm trying to get to work. The police motherfucking arrested him and left these motherfuckers in the road. Help me to understand that.
I don't know, but I think I'm going to start just because of where we live and the likelihood of something like that happening. I think I'm just going to start carrying like big cans of bear spray in the car. You just got to get out.
Yeah, but if they're sitting in the fucking road, and their response was, well, when President Biden enforces climate change. I'm about to get climate change with my foot going in your ass.
Yeah, I mean, but again, bear spray right in the face, and they will do something. They'll roll around. They'll stumble off.
Yeah, but then they're going to get you for fucking assault. I mean, okay, let's be honest. Yeah. Where we live, where me and you live, there's not going to be any environmental activists holding up the road.
Oh no, it'll be the other kind. But
Freedom, you're absolutely right. I don't leave the door out of my house without having all my EDC on me, and it's like second nature because you do not know what the fuck is going to go on when you go out the door. No matter where you go. It doesn't matter if you go into a grocery store, work, wherever. You just don't know what's going to pop off because people are so fucking unhinged. Did anybody see the video of those two little thugs in Las Vegas?
No.
Y'all missed that? Well,
yeah, I didn't see it.
Okay, let me bring you up to speed because this is going to just infuriate the fuck out of you. If you can find the video, you need to watch it because it's going to really piss you off. These two little fuckers, they're not even adults. They're in a Hyundai, hauling ass down the road, talking shit. The passengers filming everything, talking shit. They sideswipe a fucking Nissan, run that sumbitch off the road into the median, and just think that's the funniest shit in the world. Middle of the day, these fuckers cut back over.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a dude on his bicycle, just minding his own business. They fucking hit him from behind and flipped that motherfucker over the car. Killed him. Right? You see this on the video. All right? And no concern, oh man, we got to get out of here. And he was a retired, I want to say, was he a chief of police?
Chief of police or police captain or something.
35 years on the force, retired, and fucking gets killed by Thug and Thuggerita in a fucking car doing some shit like that. I guess they'll get, a slap on the wrist too, like the one that, with Thugzilla in Florida for shooting the cop. They get manslaughter because he didn't have any malice. He just shot the cop because he was in a bad day.
Yeah.
Yet another gross miscarriage of justice. The definition of fucking malice, fucking that in-fact piece of shit did exactly what the definition of malice is. Look at the fuck up and look at the crime. They didn't put that sumbitch in jail. I know I'm all over the place, but this is Ranting Tuesday. They didn't do nothing to that sumbitch because all these fucking bottom feeders said, if they put him in jail, we're gonna riot. We're gonna burn shit down. Well, you know how you break up people burning shit down in civil unrest? It's a thing called fucking bullets and handcuffs. I can give you some literature to explain that shit and the use of it. Maybe introduce you to Buford Pusser and Walking Tall. Watch that a couple times. Get the idea. You know, wake the fuck up because you've empowered these fucking criminals and these thugs to do whatever the fuck they want and think they're untouchable. I mean, watch the fucking news between people running the fuck over people and all this other bullshit. And the cops, their hands are either tied or they're fucking scared. I don't know what the deal is. Now, I'm not trying to throw shade on law enforcement. I have respect for them. Law enforcement, where I'm at, sometimes I have to scratch my fucking head.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. That whole thing was it was a political shit show. They did that exactly for that reason.
Can't hear you, bro.
Yeah,
too far.
Shamakalaka Dazib or whatever his name is. That's his people were in town for that very reason.
Highlander, I did see that. Tribal police put boot to ass.
Yeah, they did.
They get 2 thumbs up from me. That's how it should be. I mean, when all of us were growing up, and none of us are the same age. We all came up at different times, and that's fine. We were raised, you don't play in the fucking street. You respect people. You hold the fucking door. You have manners, right? But this whole fucking bunch of damn bottom feeder, wingnut, whatever the fuck they are, vanilla flavored fucktards, they think that you can't say nothing to them and they can do whatever the fuck they want and there's no repercussions. It's like they got a reset button playing a fucking video game. And it's time to take the fucking gloves off and for the law to come down on these fucking people. Period.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's the only way you're going to stop it, with a big fucking stick. You catch a bunch of these street racing thugs that I'll bet a fucking left arm and a steak dinner. They ain't got no real fucking job driving a $60,000 damn Hemi V8, running up and down the fucking road at all hours and tricked out. Don't tell me that motherfucker's working at Burger King and paying for that, because he isn't, right? He's either a dope boy or he's doing some other shit illegally, or your tax dollars are helping support his crooked ass group that he's living with. One of the three, all right? So start holding these fuckers accountable, start impounding shit and auctioning shit, put these fuckers in jail, fine them. Can't pay the fine, do the time. Pull these motherfuckers over and he ain't got a damn job, he ain't got a way to come at him. He's sitting there in court and says, well, I can't pay that, judge. Well, how about community service? Fuck community service. Put that motherfucker in lockup, and for every fucking dollar he can't pay, that's a day in jail. And if he's if he's 17 and he lives at home with baby mama or whoever the fuck's raising him, drag their ass in jail or fine them the fuck out. Hold them accountable. I guarantee you, you'll see a change. You'll see a paradigm shift in this bullshit if you start putting boot to ass and enforcing the fucking law. I mean, they come and steal our shit and seize everything if we forget to pay $50 to the fucking IRS. I mean, am I wrong in this thinking?
No, but they know that you're not going to hide out in a treehouse with guns and ammo. So you're an easy target. You
know, I think back to where that fucker was hiding. Me and you've seen the place. I guess my thinking is, what made him come here from Daytona?
Because it's Georgia and it's more lenient towards this kind of thug.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Well, I guess at that particular time, you know, I'm surprised that he didn't get a presidential pardon from Bedshitter. I guess it's because Bedshitter probably couldn't remember his name, maybe.
Probably.
I
Probably
mean,
couldn't pronounce it. I'm just saying, you know, if a mayonnaise devil had done that in Florida and then
you'd still be hearing about it. They'd been like in damn back in the dark ages. That some bitch would be drawn and quartered and hung in 50 different places.
Exactly.
I mean, you'd have people harassing the family where the person worked, anything they could do to keep beating that drum. But one of these fucking bottom feeders does something. Oh, it's just manslaughter. That policeman was out of line. It probably couldn't have been avoided. Couldn't have been avoided if they put a bullet in that motherfucker.
Exactly. That would have saved the taxpayers a lot of cash right there.
It would have saved everything. Now, for those of you out here in the brown shirts at YouTube, I am not condoning violence. I'm just saying it's time to enforce the fucking law. All right? I'm not telling people to go out, take shit in their own hands. I'm not telling, wishing anybody to be killed or anything else. I'm just saying if you do the crime, it's physics, cause and effect.
Yeah, I mean, we used to be a nation of laws, like, laws that got enforced for most people.
Yeah.
But honest to God, now it's like, negotiating with terrorists. It's exactly what it is. When your own country gives up 2 Iranians and $6 billion for 2 Americans.
That's a whole nother problem.
Yeah, and then you lower somebody's from first degree premeditated murder to manslaughter. A cop doing his job, then your laws are shit, and it's not necessarily your laws are shit. It's your judges and your lawyers are complicit in that.
Well, let's see here. Hang on, I gotta find this. Somewhere there was a article, and I'm trying to find it now, and I apologize for having it in front of me. But it was something to the effect, let me see if I can find it again and refer to it. It basically was a law against Caucasians.
Oh, yeah. I didn't read it, but I saw a little bit of that.
Yeah, I was trying to pull it up, and as usual, I dropped the ball. I apologize. But I don't remember where I saw it now. All right, well, that'd be something else I'll look up another time and bitch about. But where's your star avatar sex, man? Get your wife. Yeah, she's got a point.
Do what?
Palmetto's on that ass.
Oh, she showed up to something. That's good. Hold on.
Well, here we go.
Oh, shit.
Shots fired.
I'm going to have to send her that link, Sax, man. Thanks.
Come on, Palmetto. Get on here and put boot to ass. So here's what I foresee with McCarthy. I don't think they're going to run him out as Speaker. I think the Republican Party's too busy fighting and bitching amongst themselves, like a bunch of kids fighting in a sandbox. I don't think they're going to shut down the government. If they do, it'll be very short. I personally think that if you can't pass a fucking budget, then shut it down. I know that a lot of people that may affect them, and I'm not trying to wish any kind of hardship on nobody, but if you couldn't pay your bills, all right, and they come due, what happens? I know I see pickup trucks in front of my house shutting shit down.
Oh, right.
They think that you like ambiance, they cut off the power. They think you like charcoal, so they cut off the gas. They think that you don't like baths or anything like that, so they want to let you be all natural, so they cut your water, and they think you like to shit in the bucket. Yeah, I mean, things start happening. They think you like the walks, they come get your car. They think you're an urban outdoorsman, so they figure out your fucking house or apartment. I mean, the list goes on and on. So, how is it we elect these motherfuckers to represent us and be responsible with our money as taxpayers, and they get up there and act like a bunch of fucking kids in a fucking Toys R Us with a blank check?
Oh, yeah. Exactly. It kind of doesn't matter which, who you vote in. It just happens.
Well, I think you've got some legitimate politicians up there that would try and do the right thing and try to do the right thing, but they're the minority. They can't. Their hands are tied. It's just like this. They can't do shit because the majority is a bunch of fucking roguish fuckers up there, basically raping the American people and getting fat off of us. You're talking about an organization of people who, quote unquote, represent the people who put them there, who vote in their own fucking raises, their own health care, and refuse to have term limits. You do the math and tell me how that equates to anything that is remotely not corrupt.
Yeah, exactly. If you can come out of public service a multimillionaire, then something ain't right.
No, I could start down this and bitch for 2 hours, and I'm not going to because that's not my intent. I'm going to let somebody else take the fucking ball. But it just infuriates me. And I don't understand how we haven't had a fucking balanced budget since, was it Clinton?
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, I kind of understand with the war on terror and all that shit back when Bush was in office, but he should have reeled that shit in and he didn't.
Sure.
And, Obama's Maximus, I mean, he was supposed to be the great second coming. He should have got that shit took care of, but he didn't. He kicked the fucking can right down the road. And all them fucking cronies that were up there with him did the same thing. And Bedshitter, he don't give a fuck.
No.
He's waiting for the U.S. currency to change the yen.
Exactly.
So,
I mean, the dude literally doesn't know what's going on. He just has handlers. But speaking of McCarthy, you were saying they were trying to do a vote of no confidence. Who do they want to stick in his slot?
I don't know. I haven't looked into it enough to figure out who the replacement would be. But, I mean, at this point, they knew he was a fucking problem bringing him in. All right? And he campaigned and bootlicked and everything else. And the mainstream Republicans said, go ahead and bring McCarthy in. He'd be good. That motherfucker's worthless. 2 left shoes on a cross-eyed French horse.
Oh, yeah. I mean, as soon as you had a whole bunch of Democrats saying, yeah, bring him in. He's super great. That's your red flag right there.
I mean, well, he's another career politician. And this is not throwing shade on some of our folks from California. I understand y'all are kind of stuck behind enemy lines. I keep offering to airlift y'all the fuck out, but y'all can't go. He's another lifetime politician from the left coast. Show me one fucking politician from that state that's amounted to anything outside of being completely fucking corrupt and useless.
Reagan.
One.
Reagan.
Okay, but I'm talking about currently.
Current. None of them. I mean, literally, if you had, Miss Drunk Nancy Pants, if she cared anything about, her state or her city, she'd be in the streets with a bottle of vodka, trying to fix that. But
Her and Matt Maxine, they could clean house.
yeah, to me, I still don't understand why the more affluent people in those cities don't just yank her ass out and vote in somebody that will actually help.
It's the same problem in cities like Austin.
Oh yeah,
Chirac, New York. Like you see all these people in New York raising hell, standing out in the streets, but y'all fucked around.
And now you find
and
out.
turned it into a blue shit hole, and this is what you get. Welcome to the new. I don't even know what the fuck to call it. You now live in a third world city.
Yeah. Well, when you import the third world, you become the third world.
Yeah, because you got these politicians in there that don't want to enforce laws and everything else, and don't try to blame fucking Governor Abbott or governor from Florida. This ain't them. This is y'all wanting to open the fucking borders and manipulate the way this country's run in the election process by letting all these people in and giving them voting rights, and that's a problem. It goes against the Constitution. And because they're flipping the script and send them all to you, now all of a sudden you want to cry foul? You wouldn't have any fucking problem if they were staying in their state. You would actually commend it and probably send funding to keep them there. So, kick rocks. Enjoy the tent cities you make. I think that'd be great. I think you ought to go out there and put UNICEF on all of them. That'd be great.
UNICEF. Oh shit.
Well, I mean, if we're gonna go full third world, let's go full fucking third world.
Oh yeah, yeah. You could have a pot with porridge going on every corner out there.
Bruh, you know what we could do? We could turn the fucking UN into a housing project.
Oh, that'd be great.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah, it would.
I mean, all you smell is curry and ass when you go by it.
Oh my god.
Well, I mean, it paints a picture, right?
Oh yeah.
And what better place to do it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sorry, I know we're all off in the fucking weeds, but sometimes you just gotta say shit.
That's what we do.
Sir, it's more fun that way. It's more fun. But, McCarthy, kind of going back to him for a minute, I remember all the turmoil about making him speaker and about how he was weak-kneed, he was a fucking rhino. Everything they thought he was and said he was, it's exactly what he's doing.
Oh, yeah.
And he's got the audacity to say, I'm going to stay in office if you take me. I'm not a speaker. I'm not backing down. Do what you got to do. I dare you. That shows you the kind of motherfucker he is right there. Right there. If he's got the audacity and the arrogance to make that statement to his party.
True. If you were a patriot and you knew that your position somewhere was causing so much strife to your party, you would step down.
Well, okay, wait a minute. What you just said actually was an oxymoron. Because if you were a patriot and you were in that position, you would not be behaving as he is.
Oh, true. Yeah.
You would have put boot to ass and held the line and done what needed to fucking be done because that's why you were put there. See? So.
But they haven't. They've done. It's this 40-year-long track record of getting in power and then giving it back to the Democrats.
Yeah,
that's exactly what it is. It's you finally get a little bit of power, and you can do stuff or you can stop stuff. And what do? Every effing time they're like, you know what? Let's play nice because they'll play nice with us next time. No, they won't.
No, they won't.
They never have. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, unless you fucking comatose, you know, for the past 40 years and not seen what they've done every time.
You need to climb up in the Democrats' ass and push them.
I didn't see her.
You need to hold them accountable. You need to make them some bitches have to go see their damn therapist on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
Or a hooker or whoever it is they go see. I mean, I know Epstein's no longer flying them, so they've had to look at some alternate things. So, just saying, you need to start worrying the fuck out of them because that's the only way you change shit. Turn the tables on these crooked motherfuckers. Run them up in the damn tree.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I mean, the American people tried to show their disdain on January 6th, and it was called an insurrection. But if the shoe was on the other foot, it'd be American people went and made their voices heard, and they were. We needed to hear that. We needed to hear those voices. They needed to be here. They needed to be in the people's house, doing this and doing that. We got what we deserved, and we're going to work with them. Am I wrong?
Nope, that's exactly what it was.
So this two sets of rules bullshit needs to stop. If they want to be a bunch of two-faced snakes, fucking treat them like snakes.
Yeah.
Get a mongoose and go after the motherfuckers. I'm not saying go after them literally, YouTube. I'm saying play their own game. If they want to be underhanded and do all this shady shit, do it right the fuck back to them and hold them accountable. Every time they do it, fucking call them out. Go on national fucking TV and call them out systematically all the shit they're doing.
Yep.
Beat that fucking war drum. Make it where every time somebody's on a major motherfucking interstate going into a city, they see 30 fucking billboards showing the shit-eating grin of one of these crooked-ass politicians and stating what they're fucking doing to the country. Because you do that shit, people start fucking remembering and looking at it. And you start holding people accountable. But see, the problem is, the fucking right don't want to do that because half of them are fucking corrupt too and break bread and go to the same whorehouse.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Epstein Island.
Right?
Man,
exactly. Thank you.
Oh, I got a cold.
So, that's your problem. Both sides are corrupt as hell. And you don't have enough, I mean, that are willing to toe the line. I truly hope this next election something happens. I hope somebody holds them to, somebody gets in their shop that's worth the shit. But, you know, I'm waiting to see what transpires between now and that election because you know some shit's coming down the pipe.
Absolutely.
So, well, it is what it is. All right, I'm going to shut up now. I'm going to let you take it away. Come on now. You got to have something you can say.
Let's see. I don't know. There's a couple of us, that have expressed in chats, not on here, about how, I guess almost, I don't want to say pointless, but I'm going to say pointless, that it is to, put your faith in these people.
Right.
It's so off course. as to what it is supposed to be.
Yeah.
That, voting in who you think is going to be your political savior just turns out to be another, it's, more of the same.
Yeah.
It's a bit disheartening. And I think that plays into a little bit of, whenever you have these big elections that, good Republicans could win, and you just don't have turnout because everybody's so damn apathetic.
Well, I used to not understand. I remember when Bone Crusher was here, she's always saying, start local, raise hell locally, start doing a local change locally. I never grasped that, but now I do. Now I understand what you were saying, because my thinking back then was always, what good is it going to do to start locally? Because nationally, we're surrounded by a bunch of bottom-feeding fucktards. They're doing nothing but destroying the country. Well, I guess the way I start looking at it is you got to start locally because that's your foundation. You build from that. You start locally, get where you live or the region or whatever under control, and then you branch out and you start trying to make a change that way. I mean, it's a long, arduous process, but you've got to start somewhere. And thinking you're going to be able to start in, say, Washington and change that and work down, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And you're putting too much faith
Slicky's food.
in a person where the only person you should be putting faith in is God.
True. Very true.
Because that man or woman sitting in D.C. is never going to look out for you. But the man upstairs is always looking out for you. Now, he may not necessarily do what you want him to do or guide you in the path you thought you need to go down, but you can rest assured that you're on the path he wants you on. So why wouldn't you put your faith there instead of in a person?
Oh yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. It's it's kind of and whom I was talking about was Demon, but yeah, you're right. Starting local would be great. I guess a lot of it has to do with bleed over and stuff like that. I know around here, you'd be hard pressed.
Yeah, I was just thinking that what's happened is we've allowed the region we're in, which used to be predominantly a conservative area, has gone straight to hell, and it's covered up with these progressive liberal idiots that I've watched from everything. Like, I can tell that we have a progressive sheriff because you go and look at the sheriff before him and how things were handled in the county and the crime and everything. It's night and day.
Yeah.
Now you have to hunt for a cop. And again, I have respect for law enforcement. Don't take this the wrong way. But I have a problem when I'm sitting in traffic and I'm watching all this insanity, whether it's somebody driving like they're filming Fast and Furious, or people fighting in a damn parking lot, or there's people racing, or just whatever crime you happen to see at the moment. And there's not a policeman in that zip code.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, how many times did I, sit there and text you about, oh, hey, good, they're shooting, right in the house.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. Now, granted, me and Saxman here, we can say that we literally live on the fringe of the hood. Now he's moved to a different hood. I don't know how that one is. I haven't been there. But I know how mine is. And you literally can sit outside and you can play Guess That Caliber during the sun.
We did the other night, and it was loud, and it was, couldn't have been more than 100 yards away.
Nice. Those are the best kind right there.
Oh, yeah.
But again, where the fuck are the police?
Not a siren.
Nope.
Nothing.
If you do hear a siren, it's going the other way.
Right.
And again, I've met some cops that are worth their salt. I truly have. But I've met some that I scratch my head and I'll say, like, what possessed you to go in this field?
Right. Yeah. Well, generally those are, police department needed a warm body, and they happen to have a cert. So
I guess
I've met a lot more people from the sheriff's department that, I would trust a lot. That trust.
Well, I mean,
that would be faster on the scene and be willing to do something.
Well, sure. But what I've noticed, and because we live in a more urban area, you go and you, like, take for instance, you go in a courthouse, for instance, Justice Administration Complex, whatever. You can tell when you hit that door and there's a whole battery of sheriff's deputies. When you come through that door and you go to that metal detector, you can immediately figure out the climate of law enforcement by how they deal with it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, tell me I'm wrong.
No. Absolutely.
I mean, Demon, you're right. There are cops out there that'll do it. The trick is you got to be Johnny on the spot with it. If you know what your rights are and you say you're going to try and record them, whatever you want to do, there's ways you can hold them accountable. Now, they're going to give you shit. They're going to sit there and hold you and detain you, and you have 3 or 4 of them there trying to tell you they're right and you're wrong. But yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. I've seen a lot of stuff where there's law enforcement out there, and they may know the law, but they don't know
the correct application of said law.
Correct. They do not know the correct application of enforcement of the law, or they do not know the correct definition of said rights. They think it's one way, and it's actually another. Their perception's wrong. And because, well, you're right, there's some that don't, but what I've found is a lot of times they look at it from one perspective and they got tunnel vision. And they don't like nobody telling them wrong, and that just pisses them off. It's like, how dare you? I've got a badge. Well, yes, you have a badge, and I respect that, but you're incorrect in your assumption or your assertion of what you're trying to tell me I did or I'm going to do. And so by saying that, you need to school yourself and get somebody here that is more familiar with whatever code or whatever you're trying to tell me about what I'm doing, because this isn't going to work. I see a lot of people that have run-ins with these police, catch dead to rights. Mama D, she got him. She's very excited. Thank you. Much appreciated. She had a big old grin when she got that back. But yeah, it's unfortunate because I was raised up with police where you respected them. They were generally decent people. But I've seen it. I think it's like a paradigm shift again. I don't know if it's because they're just hiring shitty people in some of these places, or the only ones that are left are the ones that are bad, or it's just a generational thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying all law enforcement are bad by any means. That's not what I'm trying to say. But you definitely see a shift from all the things I'm seeing. I think back to seeing that video there in Atlanta where that state trooper came roaring up on the fucking street racers and snatched that fucker out of the truck. Kudos.
Yeah.
But what I'll point out is that state trooper was not a young guy.
Well, look, and I think we all agree 100%. There's good cops, there's bad cops. But the reality is, even if they're good cops and they're trying to do a decent job, they get put in bad situations.
Or their hands are tied.
Well, the thing is, if they try to do a little bit of justice or try to investigate something, the situation could turn and ultimately end in a bad situation.
Mm-hmm.
And even if they do everything correctly, nowadays it can get spun where they're the bad guy.
Sure.
I know a lot of law enforcement, and they deal with some of the craziest shit that we don't get to see on TV. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I believe that.
So, and the thing is the law, we talk about a lot of them don't know the law and stuff like that. I agree. They should self-educate, right? Because, it's part of their job. However, sometimes the law doesn't prevail in a situation that went south either. We can take did y'all follow the Oath of Wallace situation?
I followed it for most part. It pissed me off.
So he got manslaughter for shooting the officer in the face and ultimately killing him.
Yeah.
So, I did follow the case pretty closely towards the end, but yeah, it's sad. What did that do? That opened a door.
Yeah.
That can't be closed.
Nope.
Because if that same situation happens in Florida, right? And we all know what they do. They reference past court cases, right?
Yeah.
As how they need to set the pace for the new case. So let's say, for instance, an officer goes and does an investigation in an area, and before 40 seconds later, that officer gets shot in the face, right? Automatically, if they go to court, ultimately in Florida, they're going to get manslaughter at the highest.
Yeah. Well, now, hold on. Ethnicity is going to play a factor.
Well, yeah, there's that.
Let's just be real. But you're correct. If you have the same ethnicity as whatever flavor of the month is being championed, you're correct. Manslaughter will be all you'll get.
Or you'll have P. Dippy Shabazz out there and his crew threatening to rob, pillage, riot.
Yeah. Well, that's again, it's kind of like when you said they opened this one door. Okay, when you start letting them riot and burn shit down and tear stuff up, and there's no holding accountable, it's going to continue. It's going to ramp. It's going to get worse.
Yeah.
At what point do you step in and stop it? And okay, I'm going to put on my conspiracy hat for a minute. I wear it a lot anyways. Sometimes I think that this is all by design. Let society fall apart. Because if it does, and we end up into some big, if it becomes Beirut in all major cities, what does that cause?
We've talked about this before. How do you create control? You create chaos.
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding.
Where it gets so bad that people are like, oh my God, we need a savior, right? And then here they come. Okay,
we're here to help.
We're going to pile all of y'all's ass up in this segregated area.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to give you this. You're going to do this, and you're going to do what we say. That's the way it's going to work out.
Mm-hmm. And also, when that happens, you're no longer concerned about voting, what's going on in New York, or in not New York, but in D.C., etc. All you're worried about is making sure you got a roof over your head and you're getting fed.
Right.
Because it's gotten so bad. And if whoever says you need to get up and go dig a ditch, that's what you're going to do to keep that roof and that food in your mouth. It doesn't matter if it's crickets. They put some salt and pepper on its eye. You're leaving less of a carbon footprint. It's okay.
You leave bugs and people like it.
I'm just saying, and Vanguard's completely right. It's exactly that. This is, sometimes I think that this is being done and it's unraveling on purpose.
Oh yeah.
I mean, look, they've undermined religion. They've undermined law enforcement. They've undermined the nuclear family. What's left?
Not a whole lot. I mean, and it's fast too.
Yeah. They waited. What I think they did, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Saxman. I think they waited just long enough to get a fucking idiotic generation through the school system or whatever, a bunch of damn idiots that actually would drink the Kool-Aid and think it's the gospel. So they could establish that guide or whatever you want to call it. Because once they do that, now they've got a voting base that are fucking morons and think everything is pixie sticks and rainbows. And they're going to believe wherever you fucking tell them. They think everything is exactly what you think it should be. Nobody should have money except them, and they shouldn't have to work for it. They shouldn't have to get up and go 40 hours a week to a job. You shouldn't be able to tell them that they can't use their pronouns because they can't figure out what the fuck they want to be this week or whether they want to wear a thong or fucking blue jeans. Yeah.
It's Marxism to a T.
This is something beyond Marxism. Big time beyond.
Well, let me tell you when Marxism started, right? So y'all remember when food stamps and all that started, right? The 70s.
Yeah.
Okay. So how long did it take for people to figure out how to beat the system?
Probably about 45 minutes.
Okay. So what they used to do is they would go to each household in a lower income town, right? Or city.
Mm-hmm.
Door to door. The first damn house they showed up at, and there was a nuclear family there, a man, a woman, and the children. They were like, oh, we can't give you all the benefits that we were going to give you because everybody's here, right? You have a structural family. Man, it probably didn't take long, and the share line in that area was just going off, right? Hey, you need to tell Tyrese he need to get the fuck out of there before they get there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it all started, right? And
yeah,
what does it equal? It equals control.
Mm-hmm.
Like people become reliant on what the government is giving, right?
Yep.
And then they can't alter their life back to being a successful contributor to society because people constantly do that. And I've seen it, and it's not just in that situation either. I've seen people, they'll get this good, high-paying job. They just went from making $7.50 an hour to making $22 an hour, right? Mm-hmm. So instead of sticking to the same basis payroll or allowance that they had, they start upping their spending. They start living by the means that's available to them at that point. Then that job runs out. And then they're way above the payroll that they're able to successfully get at that time. So the thing is their mindset goes to what they're getting at the moment, not thinking about the future, right? So it's hard for somebody to go back to being successful at something if they're not prepared for it. So I guess what I'm saying is if I'm getting $1,500 a month assisted living, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I got $8 rent and an $8 electric bill, and I can pretty much do whatever the hell I want to. Why would I want to go and get a job?
That's what I'm saying. There's no incentive.
Yeah, I mean, there's no incentive, none, zero whatsoever.
Well, look at it this way, Vanguard. They build a system to basically undermine the black nuclear family. I'm not going to call somebody who is, this is not a racial term. It's just, I'm not going to call somebody African American because that's ignorant. You know, I've got to explain what I'm talking about. But they designed a system to undermine the nuclear family and that particular demographic. And then they knew the system was flawed and knew the system would be manipulated, but they've done nothing to change it because they don't want to. They want to make the system be able to be manipulated and cheated and everything else because it draws that demographic in and locks them in there. You see what I'm saying? There's no, and it makes it where there's absolutely no incentive. If you can work the system and be a baby mama and have 4 kids you downloaded from 4 different dudes and have the 5th dude living with you, but you're not married, you're raking the fucking all that money in. You're getting assistance from everywhere. And it amazes me because I remember when my son had kids and didn't have a pot to piss in and was struggling, trying to do this, trying to do that, and didn't have a job. He lost his job. He was trying to find, get assistance. He had to jump through so many hoops and then not get anything. And it was just him trying to get help. Let the other demographic do it. And it's like a spigot kicking out Franklin's. All right, I don't know what that is, but it almost sounds like you're breaking one loose every time you get that speaker.
Sax man, he's eating the microphone.
What? I'm literally sitting here.
That's that ninja shit.
That's right.
I guess so.
Is it like this?
No.
Oh, I just took some nose spray. Maybe that's it.
You heard it, right, Vanguard?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Huh.
No, it is what it is. So,
I did have red beans and rice tonight.
I'm glad I'm not cohabitating with your ass. Damn.
Oh,
Just damn. All right. Well, I think we've managed to throw a whole bunch of shade on McCarthy, which I think is great. We should do that as much as possible. I'm kind of surprised Moose isn't here to ask about the mysterious white substance in the White House. He must have had something going on. And in case you're watching this, Moose, you're going to hop on later and catch up. No, we have not heard anything further. Last check, they were trying to see if maybe it was confectioner sugar, and it was just a big mistake. So it is what it is. Just damn. Just damn. I didn't catch the first time he did that, but the second one, yeah, it hit. Just damn. He's right, though.
We're terrible.
Well, you got to do something. You got to have some levity at some point, right? So, But everybody, we appreciate you being here. We've enjoyed it. We've enjoyed ranting. Hope you enjoyed us ranting. And we appreciate you sticking around.
Hell yeah.
Been a good time.
Where's Sax Man go?
I'm right here.
Oh, you muted your mic, man. Nuh-uh.
He doesn't want to hear. He doesn't want us to hear the red beans and rice.
That's right.
I think that's what it is because you don't hear nobody in the background this time. So he's done cleared the room.
Well, yeah, you don't hear the dog like that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You cleared the room.
That's right. I think you're hearing this.
No.
No? Oh, okay. That's my nicotine.
No, one nicotine. It sounds like you're squeaking one out on the speaker. I'm just saying. I mean, I'm just calling as I see them.
I'm going to have to go back and listen to this.
Vanguard heard it. I know I'm not imagining things.
You know.
Oh, shit.
All right, Sax Man.
All right.
My grandpa. Well,
yeah. Oh, shit.
Go to hell.
Let's see. I will say this. If you do enjoy a big plate of red beans and rice, make sure your ratio to rice and beans and sausage is correct. And the cornbread, motherfucking cornbread. And let's see, don't trust your government. It'll be interesting to see what happens. If they do a vote of no confidence, to see who gets thrown into this position up here. Probably nobody. But I think it might be time for some of us to do what Absentee brought up, and that was, let's start thinking local. We can't do anything nationally. Well, politically nationally, probably, but we can do stuff local. Even if it's not running, we can influence local stuff. So yeah, that's what I got.
Good deal.
it's on you, T.
All right. Well, let's see. Where do I want to go from here?
My grandma.
Couple things. I have a real sneaky suspicion that there's something cooking in the kitchen with the government. I truly think coming into the holidays, if not before Christmas, right after, be looking for another lockdown. They're trying to condition people. They're trying to get stuff out there to get people scared, rush out and get, the 335th booster. Educate yourself, educate your friends and family. Don't get sucked into this shit. We got a long road ahead of us, and we got to try and change the outcome of our leaders if we can. That being said, don't forget about those, or don't forget about your loved ones, ones important to you, because that's why we're all here. That's why everything's so important to us. It's not really about us. It's about what we're leaving for future generations. And sometimes we take that for granted. So take a moment, take some time, appreciate what you have and who's there with you, because they may not always be there, or you may not always be there. And as I've always said before, if you're not strapped, get strapped, and keep that head on a swivel, and we'll see you next time.
Absolutely. Good point. Family, family, family. Y'all have heard me say it a million times on here. That's what's important. I mean, we're leaving a legacy, right? So get out there, spend time with them, show them some things. I know a lot of places are just coming up on hunting season, Youth Day coming up real soon. I'm gonna be taking my 3-year-old nephew. He can't shoot, but I'm gonna help him. You know what I'm saying? Man, I see pictures all the time. You know, people talking about youth days, and they're holding like an infant with a 12-point buck. Like, really?
Well, you know.
It is what it is.
Yes, sir.
Y'all get out there. I know it's cooling off here. It's nice. Really,
Yeah.
really nice.
Yeah.
Had some 62-degree weather in the morning. It's nice. Loving every minute of it. But yeah, with all the turmoil going on, everybody, I try to hang on to those things that you do enjoy. Myself personally, it's family. It's always about family. Either my older generation family or my children. So, luckily for me, my kids had the same interest as I do. So they're not into the, run around making TikTok videos and shit like that. So they like to get out and ride and fish, hunt, all that stuff. Hunting for us is a big family event. My daughter goes with me every year, even though she's grown. We team up. My son, just a bunch of us get together, go hunt, and have a good time. But that's what it's about, everybody. Y'all get out there, have some fun with your family, rest, relax, any chance you get. But we do thank y'all for coming by. Like T said, keep your head on the swivel. Do pay attention to everything that's going on, but also enjoy things in life. I mean, what the hell are we fighting for if we can't do that? So other than that, we will see y'all on the next live. Y'all take care, everybody. Good night. Thank y'all for coming by.
Good night, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Later.